If you're in the market for a Duramax converted truck, this is the one to have. Everything's been gone through on this truck. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Ryan Wilson here from Predator Inc. And today I've got an insane truck up for sale. Duramax converted truck. It's a four-door hardtop. Four-door hardtops are fairly rare out there, hard to get a hold of, definitely highly prized out in the Hummer community just because it's an iconic look. This is one of the logos that AM General had. They had a side profile logo with the tire carrier on the back, and it's just iconic. So everybody recognizes this truck, especially the four-man hardtop or four-door hardtop. Plus having the bed in the back makes a huge difference. This truck's going up for sale here, full reman engine, so it's as good as new, as well as an Allison 6-speed transmission. That was remanufactured as well, making that Allison a very strong transmission, especially with the Stage 4 components that went into it. It can handle upwards of 600 plus horsepower, no problem. Now this truck doesn't have that. It's putting out about 450 to 500 horsepower. You can add more power to it, no problem at all, because that Allison transmission is going to handle it. The other unique thing is we went through the entire truck from top to bottom on it. So it's got all new steering components, idler arm, pitman arm, tie rod ends, ball joints all throughout. Literally, it's got, I think, about 200 miles or so on the truck since we did all of this work. We also powder coated the frame, replaced all the bushings in the suspension. This thing is as new as you can possibly get when it comes to the mechanical components on this truck. On top of that, we went with the 12K brakes, came on a 12K series, and then later the Alpha Hummer. They're oversized brakes. It's definitely a must when you get a Duramax converted truck. You replace the 10-inch rotors with the 12-inch rotors, and it makes a huge difference in stopping power, night and day difference. We also replaced the half shafts with the 12K half shafts. So those are the heavy-duty half shafts. Came out on the Alpha truck, which had the Duramax engine. It's a lesser Duramax engine than the one we have here. Manufactured in 2005, released in 2006, but it had a lesser quality Duramax engine, which was the LLY. It was a good engine at the time, but definitely not as bulletproof and built as the LBZ. LBZ was a game changer when that came out. It also comes with a 6-speed transmission, where the old Alpha Hummer, which has the LOY engine, has a 5-speed transmission. So big difference and a game changer right there, going from a 5-speed to 6-speed, because it drops that 6-speed ratio down 0.64 or so instead of 0.78. Off the top of my head, I know I'm wrong on those numbers, but it's a big difference. It drops it by about 200 RPM. If you're in the market for a Duramax converted truck, this is the one to have. Everything's been gone through on this truck. Powder coated frame, new components on all the steering, so it's ready to go. There aren't any like loose ends that may be okay today, but probably aren't going to be down the road. It's all been replaced with brand new stuff. Continuing the extensive amount of work that we put into this truck, the interior came out of a 2000, I think a 99 or 2000 truck. I think it was around 4,000 miles or so. So the interior is in great shape, gray interior, and upgraded it to the Torque Track 4 system and ABS. So getting into that, that's a big game changer as well. The ABS system was mandated back in '99 on trucks, and that's where AM General came out with the TT4 system, electronically controlled locker system. Kind of takes the thought out of off-roading. When you're off-roading, you don't actually have to apply BTM or brake throttle modulation, where you press down on the brake and the throttle pedal at the same time, and you kind of play this balancing game to lock up the differentials. You literally come up to a big boulder or rock, and you slowly start to accelerate. If you have any wheel slippage, the computer system senses that and locks up those tires so you can climb up and over. We actually upgraded this truck to that TT4 system with ABS, which makes a big difference in stopping on the truck, makes it a lot safer. Also has a heavy-duty cooling package up here. It increases the cooling out of the truck. The list goes on the amount of work that we put into this truck. It started out as a 1994. The advantage there is that in California, there's no smog. So smog came into effect in, I think 96 was the last year, 97 you have to smog the vehicles. So this is fully smog equipped with all the components, but The advantage there is you don't have to deal with the yearly smog process, especially if you're in California, which is really frustrating. I've got a bone stock Duramax truck just as my commuter, and I have to go in every single year to get the truck smogged. It's absolutely ridiculous. So this guy avoids that because it is a 94. Beyond all the steering components and engine work and transmission work, we also rebuilt the front and rear differentials. The entire running gear has been rebuilt or remanufactured. So again, you're getting a truck that is virtually brand new as far as everything on it's pretty much remanufactured. And we decided to go ahead and throw in new CTIS lines as well as new brake lines. Might as well, pretty reasonable, especially when the frame's fully disassembled. Coming down the side, we powder coated the vent on the side. We also added the rear vents in the back of the truck here. This was an upgrade that came out, I wanna say 95 or 96. And we went ahead and threw them in here. That opens up the airflow on the inside of the cab so it doesn't get as like stuffy inside there, and improves ventilation so you don't get fogged up windows as often as you would on an older truck. So that's been upgraded. We put on new fuel buckets, PJ tires on here, Parnelli Jones. They're the dirt grip tires, great running tires. They're virtually brand new, very factory fit and finish and look of the entire truck. We didn't want to go over the top like some of the other trucks that we build on a regular basis, kind of give you the option to add a bunch of stuff on there if you want to. Or if you like this iconic look, you've got something ready to go. We also did the bed liner in the back of the truck. So cleaned up the bed, gives you the ability to throw in kind of all your gear, whatever you want, and it's fully protected back here. I know this thing's gonna sell very quickly. The last few vlogs that we've done with vehicles that we're releasing, they've sold literally within hours. So having a four-door hardtop up for sale is definitely exciting because, what's up, dude? How you doing? Look at this, we got a visitor here. What's up, what are you doing?
What are you doing, puppers? Hi, puppers.
I'd say we jump inside and take a look at the truck because the inside is absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at this.
Wait. Did we Duramax swap this?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe we should pop the hood.
Let's do it.
You're not going to say that? Okay.
Oh, I can say that. Here, let's go back here really quick and I'll do that.
Yeah, it's better than me, like, calling you out.
Oh, and I didn't show you the Duramax engine, so let's jump up to the front. I'll pop the hood before we take this for a drive and check out the inside. As you can see, Duramax engine, LBZ, one of the best engines out there, and quite frankly, my favorite engine because it has less emissions on there. Once you get into LML, LMM, you get more and more emissions, but the same basic engine on the LBZ is consistent with LML or LMM, which are later model engines. Big difference from this engine to the LOY, which came out in the Alpha. A lot more power, a lot stronger, variable vane turbo on it, and most importantly, an Allison 6-speed transmission versus the Allison 5-speed transmission. That right there is a game changer. Up here we have our heavy-duty cooling package. We have a new AC condenser up here. It's a lot bigger than the factory one and a lot thinner, so it dissipates heat a lot faster. Fuel cooler and oil cooler up here, and we also have this shroud that goes around. It's our forced air induction system that forces the air into the stack as opposed to blowing out the side, which is consistent on all Hummers that don't have this forced air induction system on the truck. I think that's about it. Let's jump inside, take a look. We upgraded the whole inside of this cab from a 99 interior, actually transplanted a 99 interior that we took out of a truck that was getting the Alpha dash and some custom work and installed it in here. This truck has literally like 4,000 miles on the interior. Great candidate to swap in here, giving this truck kind of the best of both worlds as far as you've got a truck that is pretty much bone stock, monsoon sound system, stock from the factory, monsoon speaker system up here, the monsoon sub down below, factory seats with the Hummer logo in it. What the fuck you do? Over here? Yeah. Over here. Hey. Whoa. Good there. A very factory interior, very factory exterior, even going down to the factory brush guard on the outside, even going as far as going with heated windshields up here. The older 94s didn't have heated windshields. They came out and it was a game changer because you get a little bit of fog, that kind of condensation on the window here, especially in colder climates, and you could turn the heater on and instantly it would defrost, defog the windows so you can see out. So big difference right there. Dash, I'm really happy with this dash and how it turned out because it is factory. I really like the fit and finish over the 94s. But we also upgraded the steering wheel to a Momo steering wheel. That's one thing that I'm not a fan of, is a factory steering wheel. It's just too small in your hand. You're kind of barely grabbing a hold of it. So much more stout steering wheel. But otherwise, it's factory interior, even with the old aviation style reading lamps up here, like you're gonna be driving around reading a map or whatever. I'd say we jump in it and take it for a spin. All right, guys, so inside the Duramax converted truck, and pretty amazing. I mean, if you've ever driven an H1, it runs nothing like this. And even if you have an Alpha or driven an Alpha, it does not run this good. Yeah, those are tires breaking loose. This truck is just so much fun to drive. It's cool because the perspective is not that of like a normal like H1 wagon that's huge, or an H1 Hummer if you imagine what an H1 Hummer is to drive. Because it's a four-door hardtop, it doesn't have a lot of like real estate in the back. I'm looking out and I can see the corner of the truck. It doesn't feel huge. It feels very, very nimble, and obviously it is a big vehicle. But the biggest advantage with this truck is that drivetrain. Everything is new. It has so much invested into the whole drivetrain, the frame, all the steering components on it. A lot of upgrade, a lot of attention to detail went into all of that with a remanufactured engine, remanufactured Stage 4 transmission. The steering components, all remanufactured, are all new steering components. So she's just dialed, ready to go. And then a fully upgraded interior. But the biggest thing is this truck is just has a drivability of a new vehicle, where you don't get that out of a normal 6.5 or 6.5 turbo diesel, or even the Alpha Hummer with the LOY Duramax engine. It just doesn't drive the same. This thing just has so much more punch. It's just tough on the main streets because it's 5 o'clock traffic and everybody's going home. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the walk around on this truck going up for sale. Truck's going up for sale for $149,500. It is going to sell extremely quickly because of the amount of money that we've invested in the whole drivetrain, steering components, remanufactured engine, remanufactured transmission, the interior work that went into it. So if you guys are interested in this, don't hesitate. We've had a lot of comments in the last 2 vlogs, people calling in literally 3 hours after the vlog released, and it was already sold. So if you're interested in this truck, shoot us a call right away. Fly out, check it out, maybe throw down a deposit to hold it. But this truck will be up for sale as soon as this vlog hits. And we'll be back to normal vlogs, shop life, and doing all kinds of cool stuff. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.